All right. What's up, everybody? We're here with another episode of the Electric Batcast.
I'm Rachel.
Do you know which one this is? And I'm Cale. We run the Electric Bat Arcade out of Tempe, Arizona. And this Batcast, which is a podcast, is all about operating pinball machines. And we touch on some video game stuff, too.
A little bit of video game stuff.
Amusement.
we are about amusing.
We certainly are. Excuse me. You want to guess which episode this is?
28.
Oh, I don't think we're there yet. Maybe we are. I don't know.
You told me to guess. That was my guess.
It's 20 something, but
Okay.
you'll be able to see it in the description because we have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, I'm talking to the people. Not you. I'm talking to the people.
Oh man.
Let's get right into it. First of all, let's talk about some sponsors. Stern Insider Connected.
That's right.
We love it. If you are operating machines, please be sure to have a leaderboard set up.
100%.
Leaderboard, it's on a TV. You can use a Yodeck to get all the information up on there, and that's a lot of fun. Also, did you know inside the Stern Insider app, you can play
Oh yeah, I saw that. The Jaws thing.
Shark Hunter, Jaws.
Yeah.
Shark. You don't even need a pinball machine. You can play it in the app, and then when you play it in the app, you can get different badges depending on how far you progress in the game.
That is so cool. So if you're like on the bus on the way to the arcade, jonesing for some pinball, you can warm up on your phone.
That's right.
Cool.
Fascinating. They're getting into the mobile app space. You have to diversify.
Yeah.
You have to nowadays. Come on.
Like we say, have pinball machines and shooters.
Yes, we do.
Diversification.
And tiki drinks. Also, Marco Specialties. Get at them for all of your pinball parts. And then if you use the code, we have a free shipping code, EBA150. What happens when you put that in at checkout?
If you have spent over $150, you get your shipping for free.
How about that? Nobody wants to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I don't either.
Bezos really set that mindset for everybody.
That's right. And also Game Room Goodies. Check out GameRoomGoodies.com for all of your game room needs, pinball machines, arcade, video games. What else?
If you want a claw machine in your kitchen and a skee ball in your bathroom, they can air hockey, all of that.
Yes.
Bubble hockey.
All jukeboxes.
Whatever you're looking for. If it is game room related, Game Room Goodies, you know what they have?
Tell me.
Friendship. The most important part of an arcade.
How can we forget about that? We love those guys, they're great, and they deliver machines. They give you the white glove treatment. It's a lot of fun. So check them out. GameRoomGoodies.com. We have so much going on because we have 2 months worths of earnings reports.
That's right. That's my area.
And that's really the only reason people listen to this. But we're not going to get into it yet because the way you do television, you got to leave the best part at the end so people stay and they watch the commercials and you get, because that's how you make money, right?
Okay. It's all about the pacing.
Yeah, but we're going to get into some the mailbag right now. And if you want to ask us any questions, you can get it on our Discord. If you want to get into our Discord, go to electricbatarcade.com and click on the podcast link.
Okay.
And then once you go in there, there's a bunch of ways to listen to the podcast or watch it if you're on YouTube. You can also watch it on Spotify.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
So like if you have the app on like your smart TV, your PlayStation, your Xbox, your maybe Apple TV, I don't know, that might have one.
So you can watch me on a PlayStation.
Yeah, you can.
Wow.
You can just watch the video and
Big time.
Yeah, so there's links for all that, and there's a link to get into the Discord.
Okay.
It's completely free. We have a lot of fun. We talk about more than just pinball. So there's all kind of categories, high scores, you name it.
Yeah.
But right now we're getting into the mailbag.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be an episode of the Electric Bat Arcade if Gutterghoul didn't ask a question. So here we are.
Thanks for your contributions, Gutterghoul.
This is from Gutter Ghoul via Discord, how much does workability weigh in on your games at the bat? I have a Centaur 2 that lacks rails. It makes working on it a nightmare. Are there machines you avoid due to a nuance that makes it more trouble than it works, than it's worth? I'm sorry. Let's get right into it. Rachel, what do you say?
I certainly know what he means whenever you have to prop the game up with a prop rod, or you have those old stern pegs, and it can be difficult to work on stuff kind of in the mid back of the game. We have many games without rails and other issues that make them kind of trickier to work on. That's not a reason that would keep me from buying a game, but it is a reason that will make me curse at a game. And the major ones for me are some of our older wide bodies, because that playfield is so big and unwieldy and heavy that I'll have to call you if I'm doing something to the backside of hot dogging or big game. Yeah. And I'm, Cale, can you come help me get this playfield lifted, because I am afraid I will drop it.
And I'm glad to help.
Yes. Yeah. You know,
that's just me.
You're the muscles from Brussels.
Yep, that's right. Okay, did we finish with that one?
Yeah, I think that answered. Certainly, it's an annoyance, but not a big enough one to keep us from working on.
We're not scared. We'll
I ain't scared.
We'll try to operate anything. All right, let's move right along to David Jansen's via email. I have a question about playfield waxing.
Okay.
There's many people online that say there's no need to wax a modern stern. They say that because a clear coat is used, so the wax is not required. However, the stern manual supplied with new games still recommends that you wax your playfield. Do you wax your stern playfields? If not, how have they held up after thousands of plays? So first of all, I don't know if the Stern Manual actually recommends that you wax your playfield. I haven't looked at that part of the manual in many years. I know it mentions Novus 2. Mm-hmm. As far as I know,
it talks about cleaning your playfield.
Right. And that may be the misunderstanding. They may think Novus 2 is a wax. Novus 2 is not a wax.
Are a cleaner.
It's a cleaner. It's a polisher.
But let's say it does say that. You know, there's some holdovers in some of these manuals that just are maybe kind of old news that are, I don't know, maybe some copy and paste from earlier stuff. I'm not sure. I do not wax my modern games. I feel like the best playing game is a clean game on a clear coat. But there are certainly some people that do wax those modern games, but I think if you do decide to do that, you really have to be careful to not overdo it, because you'll really start to see that ball slide around instead of rolling how it should. So you get weird action on the ball, and you don't want to do that. So we don't wax them, and I can tell you that after many tens of thousands of plays, you know, like our rush scoop hole is pretty beat up, but wax wouldn't have saved that. So I think I don't think our games have suffered at all from a lack of wax. We definitely wax our older classic games, because those have to have it, or you'll just eat through the paint. Sure.
So I think the modern stern we have that has the most plays would be Godzilla.
Yes, I think that's correct.
It's like over 70,000, and we don't have any wax on it. All we've ever done is just keep it clean, and it looks and plays like a dream.
Yeah.
And it earns so well. Ooh, chef's kiss. Thank you. Hopefully that answered your question, David Jansen's. But it's your machine. You can do whatever you want with it. If you do wax it, just make sure you get a lot of that wax off the playfield.
The wax off is just as important as the wax on.
Right, because sometimes people will wax their playfield, and then you see all those white bits around like star posts and all kind of stuff, and that just
stuck up against switches is the worst. Because then that's because it not just aesthetic.
Right, it dries out, it breaks free, then it gets on the ball, it rolls, and you get wax all over the place. It just makes it for a dirtier game.
Mm-hmm. If you do wax lightly and wax off carefully.
Yep, that's right. Thank you so much, David Janssens. We're moving right on to Jared from Joplin Pinball. This is via email. Question for the podcast with a preface.
A preface. I'm on the precipice of a preface.
I just reached being in the hobby for 4 years. What a milestone. Over the time, I've bought, fixed up, sold many older games, and also went through a time of buying many of the newer Sterns as well. I've lost some of my obsession with the newer games and have started gravitating back to the classics and DMDs. One reason for this is I don't have time to play 15 to 20 minute games with my gaggle of kids. The question I have is, what are some of the more popular shorter playing games within the last 20 to 35 years? And do you notice a point in the average hobbyist when they start returning back to the classics and are less focused on the shiny new inbox games? I currently own a Beatles, which I feel fits this niche nicely. Note, I don't get to play in leagues or go to arcades as I live in a pinball desert. I route one game, but it gets played very little.
Congratulations on routing a game. That's fun. That's
Absolutely. Put it out there. Especially in a pinball desert, he is doing what everyone needs to be doing.
The Lord's work.
Just
putting a pinball machine
Put a game out there. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Let's do it. Thank you so much for doing that, Jared. How would you answer that question?
So you're thinking, or he's thinking about games, basically Williams, 90s era Williams and later.
Yeah.
My top pick for that would be Iron Man.
Oh.
I think Iron Man is a fantastic game that is fast playing. It has a nice balance between a very recognizable IP that your friends will be more likely to get into than maybe something like Raven. Mm-hmm. It's a fast player. The rules are fairly straightforward. Mm-hmm. It has a bash toy, an easy to get to multi-ball. I think all those things make it a great game to play with your friends. Also, it's hard to get to some of those wizard modes.
Yeah.
And very satisfying when you do. What game would you choose for something from 90s and later?
I would say if the kids don't mind the racist call-outs, Diner. Right? No? You wouldn't go with that one?
I like your caveat. If the kids don't, there's... it was of a certain era. I mean, put Champion Pub in there at the same time.
It's heritage.
Oh, gosh. Those things like Whirlwind, Diner, Taxi, all the Swords of Fury, Here Come the Guards.
Yep.
Those System 11 games are great.
What about Sorcerer?
That
would be a great one.
Yeah, that's
and I know what he's saying, like, when you're with, he's talking about he's with his kids, but like when you're with three friends, like you don't want to play Godzilla. Right,
because you don't want to wait for everybody to have their turns.
Right.
There's 35 minutes later and you get to play again. You forget where you are exactly. You do want that kind of fun, fast.
And he's right. The perfect game that fits what, if you like that new inbox feel, the modern Stern feel, and you want also that classic feel at the same time. Beatles, come on.
Beatles is solid.
What a great game. And that's a Sea Witch, right?
That's a Sea Witch.
But it slightly, Gomez did some stuff to slightly...
Yeah, it's different. It's a Sea Witch, but better.
Sea Witch Plus. And I don't know if everybody knows this. In the settings, you can actually set it for Sea Witch rules instead of Beetle rules.
That's pretty neat. 2-in-1.
And pro tip, find Rachel Bess in the Playfield.
Yeah.
She's actually on the Playfield holding up a sign that says, I love Paul.
That's true.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you. Immortalized.
Cool.
But there was another part of that question, and it was about how, like, at what point, or is it common for new people into pinball to go from the shiny new stuff
100%.
to the classics? And we see this all the time because we see a lot of new players. We see folks, very entranced by the shiny new games, the recognizable IPs, and that really sucks them into pinball. And then they get to this like, well, what else is there? And sometimes you have these moods where you just want to try and hit down some drop targets without really thinking about deep strategies and having to look up to see what Travis Murray says I should do on this game.
Yep.
You want to just play some easy to think about pinball. So I think that we see this all the time, and it happens maybe after a year or two of 3 playing, probably like between a year and 2 years is what I think.
Okay.
Right? And
Yeah, I like it.
People go back to those classics.
When I got back into pinball, I played in high school all the time, and then there was no pinball in the town I was at, living in, and, started working for Marco, got back into playing pinball, and then I was introduced to these new Stern machines and like, oh man, these things are freaking awesome. And that's all I wanted to play. And then we started going to pinball shows and hanging out with Mike Vinicor. And, when I would hang out with him, I was like, oh, let's go find a Star Wars to play or something. He's like, what are you doing? We can play Sterns anywhere. We're at a pinball show where people are bringing like rare and classic games. Let's go play some like old stuff.
Absolutely. Some cool things that you're not going to get to see. Easy to learn, difficult to master.
That's right. Like Go. The game.
Yes.
The board game.
The board game.
You know about that, right?
I do.
All right. Thank you so much. And who was that? Jared from Joplin Pinball. Thank you so much. I hope we answered your question. That's a fun one. Now, we're moving on to Guess Who's Back? Guess Who's Back? It's Gutterghoul. Gutterghoul is back with more questions. And this is a question. He just finished listening to one of the episodes. I'm not sure which one it was. And he said, wonderful program. Cale I got to read this part. Cale has the best delivery and Rachel the best replies. Absolutely entertaining banter as always. You know what? We aim to please.
This is us every day.
All right. Cues for the podcast. With inventory management at a large scale, you forecast your purchasing and velocity, but subscale is a different beast. Is there any methodology to apply, or is it buy 5 cases when you're at 2 cases and hope for the best? I think he's talking about managing the bar, and
right. We did talk about that a little bit.
So when he says cases, he's not talking about pinball parts. I think it's alcohol, beer, what have you. This is your wheelhouse. Go with it, Rachel.
Well, I will say, I think it's in a small business, it's very helpful to have only one person doing the purchasing, because then you can get a better feel for how quickly you're going through things, through inventory. And so I just have this feel for how fast I think we're going to go through stuff. And I try and overbuy a little bit just so that we don't run out. And I do have like some minimum quantities that I like to keep on hand, but it really is just a feel. And I keep spreadsheets and stuff, but it all boils down to, we're in summertime. People are going to drink more Coronas and Modelos and more White Claws, less of the heavier stuff. And you just get a feel for all that. And with pinball parts, though, that's kind of the same thing. Just in case he is talking about pinball parts, we order stuff when we need it, but then also order extra. So if a stand-up target breaks and I'm buying a stand-up target, I'll buy 4 to make sure that we have them on hand.
So smart.
Thank you.
Here's another question from Gutterghoul. For the punk rock, it's hard to say.
It is.
Punk rock swap meet. How does a business handle that? Is it free advertisement and supporting the community? Or is there space rental and some light agreements for personal protection? I think we need to explain what the punk rock swap meet is first.
The punk rock flea swap. The punk rock flea swap is a takeover of sorts of Yucca Tap Room and Electric Bat Arcade. So all of the empty space where there's usually tables and on the stage, it's like a farmer's market for
punk rock
farmer's market. So you can get all different kinds of things, punk rock adjacent, and it's for a weekend. So how many booths do you think there are set up in there? 30?
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're throughout the all 3-4 bars.
Yeah. So as far as agreements go, hey, we think the stuff you're doing is really cool. Come do it at our spot.
Yeah, it's like a collab.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of helping each other out.
Right.
Because the people they bring out are maybe people that wouldn't usually be at the arcade.
Right.
Right. And then vice versa. The people that are at the arcade usually don't go to a punk rock farmer's market. And so here they are. They all
they get the opportunities.
They get together, but there are no contracts or anything. It's basically, haktua in your hand and then give them a handshake.
Sorry, there is no haktua
as
a part of this. But also, this isn't just for them. Like, our ethos as a business is just, are you doing something cool? Mm-hmm. Are you a cool person? Like, let's do cool things together.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if people wanted to have some kind of like fortune telling, tarot reading conferences in the arcade,
that would be awesome.
Hit me up. We're down. Like, whatever it is that you do, if you're into something and you're passionate and you think it's fun, man, maybe we've talked about having like remote control car stuff in the big room of the arcade. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That one we might need to have some light agreements to protect.
Or some extra insurance.
Some insurance on that.
Good times. One more question from Gutter Ghoul. And finally, like you said, you're running out of space. What obligation is there to have the latest and greatest? At what point do you filter through your inventory and make some hard decisions?
Well, that point is now, right? We are selling the Flagstaff location, so we brought those games back to Tempe, and that's obviously too many games for the space that we have. So we started selling some games, and the way we edit them out are just the games, that for one reason or another are not sparking joy.
Yes.
Marie Kondo.
Hi.
It could be that they aren't as reliable. They're maybe not good tournament games, because we do have to really think hard about having as many games on the floor as possible that are great for tournaments, or something that maybe we're just not, me and you are personally not that enthused about, because this arcade is the arcade that is games that we enjoy, and that's how we edit them out. From time to time, we do have to sell some stuff to make room for new things, and that's how we do that decision making.
Cool. I think that covers it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, fantastic job. Moving right along to Scoots S via Discord. He's in the Discord. I love the Discord. We do so much with the Discord.
We do.
It's a fun group. One thing I really love, and other arcades, I think they should start doing this. In our Discord, there's a channel for game problems. And that is so important for us to keep up with any issue, because somebody would be like, hey, the light is out on the O on Sorcerer or something, and that's a great way for people. I mean, in like real time, they send it to us. We'll walk out of the office and fix it. Yeah. So start a Discord for your local folks.
It's true, because we have the clipboard, so people can do it old school pencil and paper style, but sometimes you're in the big room and you're far away from the clipboard. You don't want to go walk all the way over there. Your phone is in your hand.
So easy.
Just punch it in, and it is a great way for us to keep things working fantastically.
It's really a lot of fun. Scoots S via Discord has a great question. Just listen to the latest episode. Great as always. The earnings report got me thinking. The last two D&D code updates have caused issue with the gelatinous cube multi-ball, and most recently the dragon multi-ball has been made so difficult that it essentially is unable to be started. It now requires 20 plus hits and resets when you drain, versus previously requiring 3 hits that carry over from ball to ball. 2 questions. Do you update code automatically and immediately, or wait until you are able to hear feedback on it? And did effectively eliminating the Dragon Multi-Ball seem to reduce earnings for the game? We hear so much about putting features close to the start button to hook players, but I wonder what happens when you basically remove them altogether. Interesting.
So
now, just to be clear, I don't think that might have not been a bug. The thing with the Dragon Multi-Ball was.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or not intentional. It did make it harder to get that multi-ball.
Either way, it's different now, because there's been an update since he sent us this question.
Right, that question was a little older. So first off, we do have all the games set to update automatically. We have I don't know, there's 20 something insider connected games at the arcade. I wouldn't want to have to manually do all that. And also, I don't want to wait I really don't care what other people's feedback is unless it's like, this game is completely unplayable now.
Right.
And that's generally not the case with these insider connected games. So we have those automatically updated, and we really are the place where people are going to play it to get the feedback. And when people hear there's an update, especially these major code updates that are going on now, like the revamp Wick and X-Men stuff that they're doing, people come out because they want to play that.
Right.
So that's a good earnings opportunity for us. So I would never want to delay that.
And when those updates come out, like recently with the X-Men and Wick updates, the software team has gotten in touch with us the day they drop, and they're like, please give us feedback.
Yeah.
So we know what to do.
Absolutely. And we love doing that. As far as that D&D Dragon Multi-Ball thing, that was going on I did check earnings, but it happened right at the time that we brought one of the D&Ds home. So there's no good way for me to tell how that may or may not have affected earnings.
I'm going to guess it didn't.
I would also say that it didn't, because I think there's still other things to do in that game. And then even someone telling me, oh my gosh, did you see how hard they made Dragon Multi-Ball? No, let me go see if I can do it.
Right.
See if you
that's
suck.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you telling me you suck? Or is this that's, that gets people motivated just as much as anything else.
That's a great point, Rachel.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your question. Scoots S via Discord. Moving right along, we have Trey via Discord. He's also in the Discord. Question. You have 60-ish pins on the floor at any point in time. How many do you have in the back? He wants to know what's going on in the back.
What's in the back?
Hey, what's in the back? Hey. Are they all in some state of major maintenance, or do you keep a stock to allow you to regularly swap them on and off the floor? I'm curious how many inactive pins you can afford to keep around while they're not earning.
Okay. So on the floor, we have, I think, 65 or 66 pins. And in the back, we have somewhere around a dozen, give or take. And those dozen, some of them work perfectly fine, and they're just waiting to be swapped in. Some of them are waiting for a part, and some of them are waiting for a part to be like manufactured. Like we might need to machine something. So it's across the gamut of repair state. Ideally, they would all be just waiting to be swapped in and out. But I don't look at it as a lost opportunity for earning having those in the back. I think it gives us a chance to keep the rotation fresh, just keep something new coming in all the time. And also having the space for those games in the back means that if something is on the floor and it's a major repair that it's going to take, I have the ability to take it off the floor so I don't have broken games on the floor.
Okay.
Don't you think that's a better
Yeah.
So like a dozen or so in the back.
Good deal. Let's move on to David via email. This is from the other side of the planet.
Inside?
If it is actually round. Hello from Sydney. I think that's in Australia. I love listening to the podcast. Always learn something new. I was wondering how you found the reliability of the Spike 2 system to be. They aren't as easy to repair at the component level as the older Bally Williams games, and I'm wondering how they have been holding up at your arcade after years of use. Do you often have to replace node or CPU boards, or have you been able to fix them? Have you noticed more electronics issues as the games have aged?
That's a good question. And we have had, I think because of duplicates and things, wouldn't you say that we've had probably 30 Spike 2s?
Yeah, I think something like that.
In that number of games, we have replaced one node board and one power supply. total.
Yeah.
We have not repaired any of them.
Correct.
They're right. Those are not easy to work on board sets.
You need like tweezers and a microscope. And
I'm not surface mounting stuff and diagnosing on that way. It's just that's kind of above my pay grade. So I am just swapping out those boards. And so over 30 games in tens of thousands of plays, one node board, one power supply.
Yeah. The electronics are amazing on these Stern Spike machines. And this goes across like all machines. When you talk about like durability, like nowadays it's the metal parts, the
things with welds,
the metal parts after the ball is constantly
Optos.
After they constantly hitting. Metal nowadays is not what it used to be, and I've talked about this before, where we tested. Our friend has a metal testing device. He's in the precious coins business, and we would bring him different parts, like modern metal compared to like stuff from Twilight Zone's Addams Family. It's not close to the same stuff.
That was so eye opening to me. To know like it. First of all, that it wasn't just in my head, and it wasn't just a matter of like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That these really
get off my lawn.
Right. That the actual makeup of the metal itself. We're not talking about good old Pittsburgh steel. Like that's just not what we're dealing with anymore. And so you're right. Those metal components seem to be more susceptible than the electronic parts do.
That's right.
Electronics have like moved way up.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
absolutely rock solid. I mean, and we're riding these things hard. Our machines.
And what did that rode hard and put up wet?
Yeah, these machines are on 20 hours a day. If there's some electronics issues, we would know.
We would see them. But feel free, write us back in 25 years.
Yep. That's right. Maybe we'll still be doing the podcast and we can talk about it.
I mean, he's like 70.
Yeah. Spike 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Where are we from? Okay, here we are. Smid Pins via Discord. Found you a couple of months ago. I've gone back to listen to the Batcast from the beginning. Love it so much, I ordered some shirts for the wife and I.
That's cool.
That's great, huh?
Thank you.
And you know what? That's a great way to support the podcast. This is all free. We don't have a Patreon. We don't do whatever else it is to get money from people online. Buy some merch because it's a double-edged sword, and both edges are good. We get a couple of bucks from the sale of the merch, and then you get to pump our brand and tell everybody. They're like, "Hey, that's a cool shirt. Where'd you get it?" And you tell them all about us.
It glows.
Hopefully, I will get to come by sometime, but I'm in Florida. Thinking about operating a few games locally, what parts other than flipper parts do you keep on hand?
Do we keep on hand?
Well, I think it would blow his mind to see our shop.
We should do a video of that sometime.
Yeah, it's basically a small Marco Specialties. We have everything in our shop. If you're just going to operate one or two machines, you don't need what we have.
Right. If you see a pinball machine, we have 90% of those parts in our back room. So
what is he going to need?
What is he going to need? For a couple of games, so you definitely need your flipper rebuild parts. You definitely need every rubber that's in that game. I think if the game has optos, you need to have a backup set of optos.
Yep. Micro switches?
Micro switches, I think, are a good idea. And if the game has drop targets, it wouldn't hurt to have the drop targets specific to those games. And they don't have to be, if you have a whole bunch of Williams System 6 games, I don't mean like have them the ones specific to firepower. Well, firepower stand-ups in most cases. Ours is a drop target. But just the generic ones for that era of games. What do you think? Balls. You need some replacement balls.
Balls. I think that's about it. I mean, those are the things that are going to keep your game running Because any like game specific stuff, you don't really want to. It's expensive, like certain mechs and stuff.
Right. Don't do that.
No reason to keep that on hand. The game might be down for a few days while you wait for your order from Marco Specialties.
Do you remember when you were customer service at Marco when that guy bought a Batman?
Yeah.
And then he bought
basically
a second Batman
for
spare parts.
But here's the thing: he wasn't routing it.
That was just for home. He still has 100% of those parts.
He had a Batman 66 at his home. He ordered a Playfield, the crane mech. I mean, this was expensive. He would. We totaled up like all the extra parts he bought. He would have been better off just buying an extra machine and keeping it in the box.
Wow.
He bought everything for
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but if you want to, do it because...
sure. But I mean, like, we are not going to give you that advice.
Yeah, we got to keep everybody in business, right? Cool. I hope that answered your question. Smid Pins.
You know what? Uh-huh. Shooter rod springs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's good.
Barrel springs.
Both.
Yeah, both of the shooter rod springs.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Cheap, easy to keep around.
All right. We have via email Agris Dolkovics. How do you pronounce that?
I would say Delevich, but
Delevich, Argis Delevich.
I don't know Eastern European languages very well, so I'm sorry if that's not the right way to say it.
And how did you know this was Eastern European? Greetings from a small country in the Baltics, Latvia.
How
about this? We are following you, and there's a little smiley face. I love that. Thank you so much, Argis. I'm following your content, and it inspires me to do the same here in Latvia, where pinball has not been known since the early 90s to early 2000s. There are no operators so far. People don't know what is pinball and only associate it with Space Cadet on Windows XP, which that's also a great game.
Cool, yeah.
I started a few months ago driving around with my 3 to 4 pins that I bought since COVID at different bar locations once every 2 to 3 weeks to introduce people to the great hobby and experience that pinball is. Meanwhile, I'm building, painting, decorating my own location. Long story short, I want to create a local league night once a week like you are doing. But I have a question. You are collecting only $1 USD as the entry ticket, and those machines are on free play, or people should buy coins to play. My idea was that people will come daily to practice via coins, and that night machines are on free play. But now I'm thinking that's only expenses. Probably should ask for a few euros for entry because I'm not making up sales only to have the machines. Thank you for your time. Wish you a success. What a heartwarming story. We are spreading pinball across the world.
That is so cool, and it feels so neat to know that like I have a friend in Latvia.
Yes, this is great. Thank you so much, Argis. So what he's talking about at our tournaments, we collect, and this might be
IFPA fees.
This might be confusing because we collect $1 for IFPA fees, right? Mm-hmm. But everything's on coin drop the whole time. It's never on free play.
Right. And I think that's really important because once you give away something, what he would end up having is a bunch of people coming on free night and not as many people coming on not free night. I think that it's always important for things to have perceived value. And whenever things are free, they lose that. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely do your Euro IFPA fee plus coin drop, but also like how smart is it that this guy is starting an arcade and in lieu of traditional advertising, especially with something as cool and addictive as pinball, though I'm biased, he's taking his games around.
It's like, amazing.
Hey, come here and check this out. Yes. Well, in a few months, you're going to get to play it at Agris's Playland or what, I don't know what it's called. Mm-hmm. That's incredibly smart marketing. It's also, he's building community. Like he's doing everything right leading up to when he gets to open
it's amazing.
his own spot. But But yes, always, charge your IFPA fee. And it does. It takes, think about his expenses are bigger than what he is maybe calculating. And also you just want to always keep that perceived value steady.
Right. And please join our Discord because we want to see some photos of what you're doing here.
Very much. I would love to see these pinball machines at various bars all around Latvia.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. I am intrigued and I'm excited. And it's just so cool that, this is around the world. It brings us all closer together. Hooray, pinball.
That is so very cool. And we need to see it. So hook us up with some photos. Thank you so much for the messages and the kind words. Hoping to hear more from you soon. All right. Next question is from NM Retro Gamer via Instagram. Hey, question. I'm about to start a weekly tournament at the American Legion where I have my machines. Can you give me some tips about how to run a league successfully?
Yes, I can. The first thing is going to be make sure you're really familiar with the software. So most likely you're going to be using Match Play.
Right.
And I think most people know how to set up a tournament in Match Play and kind of know how everything works within Match Play when everything in the tournament is working correctly.
Right.
But whenever, say, for example, someone scores a game and first and second place get swapped and that doesn't get noticed until after the round. So then you're going to have to go in and manually adjust points.
And this happens.
It happens.
It's not if.
Yeah, when.
It's when.
It's exactly right. So you want to be familiar. It's not a straightforward, obvious thing if you've never done it before. So you want to go through and figure out all of those edge cases, things you're going to need to do so that you will be more confident whenever the real tournaments happen. That kind of leads me to point number 2 is be really confident when the tournaments happen.
Right.
You are the leader of these tournaments. You set the tone, you set the pace. You know what? This is why you, Cale, are so good at announcing. All of a sudden he's paying attention.
Go ahead.
You are so good at being the voice of our tournaments, running them. You announce when the rounds are up. You always have something kind of funny to say.
Right.
Your tone is fantastic.
Thank you.
And it always, I think that is uplifting to everybody that's there. Right? If somebody was stressed out is like, round number 2 is up. I think, then it's like everyone is on edge and stuff. And I think maybe that comes from you. Every morning you're like strangling people or getting strangled by people. And so some weird call on a pinball machine is not going to get under your skin at all.
NBD.
And no big deal. But I think that is something that people overlook, right? They think about all of the correct things the things that they need to be doing. They want to make sure the machines work.
Right,
and certainly do all those things. But I think really it's underrated how much your tone matters to everybody else. And I think a lot of times when people come back to the bat and they've played at tournaments and other spots around the country, and maybe they didn't have as good of a time and they maybe can't even put their finger on it, just like it's more fun at the bat. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So kudos to you for being
thank you.
Fantastic at that. But I also think some of that is coming from experience and the confidence of having done this so many times before.
Right.
Like we are running 120 person tournaments every single week. We have had the opportunity to see all the different things that can happen during a tournament. And we are very familiar with the rules, how to make calls. And that's something that anybody that's starting a league should do is print out, have a physical copy of the IFPA tournament rules. It's like 8 pages or something.
Yeah.
It's not long. And even after you and I have been doing this for as long as we have, I still flip through that and just kind of refresh my memory on some of those, because there's a lot of stuff in there that isn't a call that you're going to have to make very often, but you want to always make consistent calls.
Right.
So if you have any kind of issue come up, you just want to be sure that that's never something that the players perceive as personal. So anytime you have the opportunity, try and ask questions whenever something goes wrong on a game. Player 1, player 2, player 3. You don't want to know who those people are if you can help it.
Right.
You want to know just like the facts of the situation. And then if those people don't, if you don't know who they are, then it's very hard to take that as a personal offense.
Right.
So be consistent. Don't and there's going to be people you like a lot more than other people, right? Like, it's just the way it is. I was a school teacher, and people always thought, like, when you're a kid, like, oh, that's the teacher can't, like, that's not. Trust me, teachers very much like some students more than others. And TDs are the same way. I don't want any of those feelings to come into play when I'm making a decision. That always has to be just fair for everybody. That's an important part about running a good tournament, running a great tournament. But keep in mind that attitude, that you want to bring that Cale feeling, that's good times.
That is the most important thing. You're hosting this tournament. You want it to be fun. Yes, it can still be competitive, but so many people from out of town, they'll come to our tournament. They're like, just this vibe is so great. The tournaments we have in our area are really stuffy and hyper competitive, and that kills your attendance. That really does a lot of negative things for your tournament. I really feel like when you're hosting a tournament, you're selling a good time.
Yeah,
that's the deal. You want people to have the best time they've ever had, so they're like, I cannot wait to go there next Tuesday. Because this is
it's a high point in the week because it feels good. It helps people.
Right.
Think about if you were inviting over 12 friends for a dinner party, and you're in the kitchen and you're cooking the green beans and something goes haywire. All of a sudden you start flipping out and being all tense and weird towards your guests because your green beans got a little screwed up.
Right. Everybody wants to leave.
Yeah. Nobody cares about the green beans. People care about the camaraderie. They care about how it feels.
Make a joke of your beans and keep going.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I love it. I love hosting the people. I love pushing a good time. And I think one thing that can really help everybody who's doing this stuff. I mean, this is sales. This is hosting. I read a book when, I was like, probably like I might have been like middle school when I found it. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Good
old Dale Carnegie.
And it's a short read and it's good. It was written in like, what, the 30s or 40s or something?
Something like that. It was like 100 years ago.
But it still makes sense. I mean, you'll be reading it and going like, whoa, I mean, this guy knew what he was talking about even back then.
You can't believe someone older. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
A good point. But be a good host.
Absolutely. And there you go. And one thing I would add, go play some tournaments before you try to run your own.
100%.
And you might have to travel a little bit, but you need to experience somebody who is experienced in running pinball tournaments and see what they do. They might do some stuff you don't like, and you might adjust it for your own tournament, but you're also going to pick up a lot of stuff that you really do like and enjoy.
Yes, great advice.
Yeah, good deal. Thank you. NM Retro Gamer knows via Instagram. You can shoot us a message on Instagram too. But the Discord is just chef's kiss.
Discord and email is the best way to get stuff not overlooked. You get a lot of Instagram messages.
I do.
I look at it every once in a while.
People like chatting with me.
I shut it. It's too much. I can't. That's a lot of people. Too
shy
for that.
Yeah, we're moving right along to Frank S. via email. Greetings from Jacksonville, Florida. Most of the arcades within driving range are pay-at-the-door deals from $25, like the Leaderboard Arcade, which has 2 locations in town, to $35 at Pinball Palace in Brunswick, Georgia. What business decisions have influenced you to keep the bat on coin drop instead of pay-at-the-door or tokens? Keep up the great work. It's been a pleasure listening to the cast and getting caught up on the backlog. First of all, I think this person needs to realize we take quarters and tokens.
Yes, we are primarily tokens, but the machines also accept quarters.
And the pay at the door, lots of people call that free play.
Right.
And so why do you go with the coin drop instead of a free play model? And there's both work.
Yeah, both work.
Great, but we can't have free play. And explain why, Rachel.
We are attached to Yucca Tap Room, and Yucca Tap Room has music almost every night and different kinds of music. So different people are coming. So you're seeing a lot of folks that may just want to pop into the arcade. Maybe they just want a tiki drink, or maybe they just want to kind of walk around and see what it's all about.
Right.
Maybe they want to play like 3 games in between sets. It's just... all of that would be really prohibited by having an entrance fee into the arcade. And I feel like an entrance fee, well, I think free play arcades are great for some destination arcades. It is a friction point. So if you're charging, even if it's $10 to get in, you and I always see groups of maybe 4 or 5 people, and one of those people may not play any games. Maybe they just want to drink a beer and watch their friends play. Like, they don't know how great pinball is yet, but they're going to find out because they keep hanging out. And we see those people turned into pinball players over time. If you would have asked those people to pay $10 to come in, or much less $25 or $35, there's no way those people would have paid that money.
Sure.
And they would have missed out on eventually becoming an electric bat patron.
Right.
I think, I just really, I like coin drop model.
Sure. And there's other weird things. Like I know some places use wristbands, and they're different colors depending on, like, if you pay for an hour, if you pay for the whole day.
I don't ever want to kick anybody out.
Yeah, you're gonna, hey, you have a green wristband, you're out.
Yeah, time to go, buddy.
That's just a weird vibe.
Yeah, I think it goes back to being a good host. You're welcoming people into your space. And if they just want to walk around and just like look at all the pretty lights,
there you go.
Go for it, man. We like having you in there.
And we see that all the time. Like, somebody we've never seen before, they pop in and they start walking around. And I've seen them like walk around and look at every single machine. And then they're like, they disappear and then show back up and put a token in, which means they went to the token machine, put $1, $5, and then they try some games out. You know, you would not be able to do that if we had to charge at the door.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you for your question, Frank S. And I love some Jacksonville, Florida. I used to go there a lot. When I was on the East Coast.
Oh yeah,
man, it's fun. Good times. Good times. This is from Anthony from Instagram.
Hello, Anthony from Instagram.
Dear Cale and Rachel, I didn't get a chance to thank you for your warm hospitality yesterday, so thank you. The electric bat is, in fact, far better than I thought it would be. It exceeded his expectations.
What does that say about
it? Was absolutely incredible getting a glimpse behind the scenes and watching you both work so hard and lovingly on the machines. I'm very new to pinball and got hooked earlier this year by playing a ton of Godzilla and listening to your podcast.
Oh.
Thank you for giving so much and providing a place for those of us that needed. You both rock. Peace and pinballs, Anthony. Wow, that gave me goosebumps.
Thank you. So nice.
I know. Anthony was great. I remember Anthony. We brought him into the office because he wanted to see some machines. And he was loving it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. So here he has a podcast question. I could have just
let's just leave it there. That was good.
Well, I could have just went with the question, but I had to, preface it with all of this wonderful stuff. It makes me feel good. It makes you feel good.
Very much
I think it makes everybody feel good.
Yeah.
Here's this question. If you had to pick only one mechanic to keep and the other disappears from every machine, would you keep spinners or drop targets? I know what I would do. You want me to go first with this?
Yeah, but it's an easy answer.
Yeah. It's easy because we would keep spinners. Because the drop targets, just use stand-ups, and then boom, I just solved everything. Don't you love ripping a spinner? I mean, come on.
You have lost your mind.
Why? What am I missing?
Whenever I was like, it's obvious, I knew you were going to say drop targets because drop targets is the answer.
Is it really?
Think about games like El Dorado or even like Joker Poker, where you're going through
that's a good point.
Sinbad when you're nailing those drop targets and you get to watch them go down and stuff. I mean, spinners are cool. I like spinners. But if I had to choose one, what do you want, like inline stand-up targets? Does that sound fun?
Yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Oh, wait. I know how it would work. You know the rotating targets?
Yeah.
So they're rotating inline stand-ups. So when you
like
hit
mini
it,
golf?
when you hit it, it rotates out of the way. Ha. Now it would cost $1 million.
And be broken a lot. So Cale here wants to fix things.
Yeah. No, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Drop target. But
Excuse me.
you got me thinking, what if on all those games I just mentioned, you replace the drop targets with a spinner?
Ooh.
So
Now we're talking.
imagine Joker Poker with 15 spinners instead of 15 drop targets.
Oh, Elwin, are you listening?
That would actually be really
That
cool,
would be
right?
great.
Like I have to hit this like leftmost spinner. Then to get my like 3X, I have to hit these two spinners in the middle.
Yeah.
And then these 3 spinners on the side to get my 4. That would actually.
Who wouldn't like that? The accountant. Because that's a $20,000 pinball machine. Yeah.
That would actually be very cool. But
Yeah.
still, drop targets are the only answer. I am interested to hear your opinions. Throw them in the into the Discord.
We'll talk to some people. Thank you. So, Anthony, I hope you get to come back. We had a great time with you. And thank you so much for the kind words and the really cool question.
Yeah. And you know what? I know our friend Roland. He was telling me a while back how much he loves spinners over drop targets. And I thought that was just the craziest thing.
There was nothing like, ripping that juicy spinner, Rachel.
But you hit that drop target and bam, it's gone. KO.
We're glad we have both.
Yes.
All right, we're moving on to Ocean's Dad via Discord.
Okay.
Question for the Batcast. We're in a little town in northern Wisconsin, Ashland, population around 8,000.
That is tiny.
That's tiny. And have grown a pretty decent weekly pinball league. Numbers range from 25 to 35 players per season. That's actually really good.
That is huge.
For 8,000 people?
8,000 people? That's like the equivalent of Phoenix having like 2,000 people in our league.
Amazing. You're doing a great job, Ocean's Dad. So they have 25 to 35 players per season, and we almost always have everyone there on Tuesday league night. However, we also run tournaments once a month on Sunday, and I've seen the number of participants drop off a lot. A few players have told me that they don't think they stand a chance of winning, so it's not worth it for them. In fairness to them, it is always the same 1 or 2 players that win consistently. My question is, how do we make it more inviting for less skilled or new players? What are some options for improving turnout, getting more people excited, and make them more competitive? Monthly tournaments where the same 1 or 2 people always dominate are not very enticing to other players. We obviously can't exclude those few top players, but we don't really have the player pool for a separate A league or B league, what do they call those? Divisions.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks so much for all the podcasts and great info. Can't wait to make it out there and see you guys in person someday. And then he's got some lightning bolts and some little bat emojis.
I like that.
Thank you so much, Ocean's Dad. What do you have for him, Rachel?
Well, aside from the obvious congratulations on having a hugely successful league in a very small town.
Right.
Also, our Tuesday night league is our biggest tournament of the week. So we have between 100 and 125 players every Tuesday. And our monthly tournaments tend to be in the 60s. So, number one, I don't think that's that unusual. And part of the reason I think is Tuesday night, it's very easy for most people to get away on a Saturday day or Sunday day where you have other things you could be doing, your family for one, pool parties, barbecues, who knows. There's a lot more competition for your time. we certainly, when our league was just starting out and had 35 people, we saw the same thing. Mark the Shark won 90% of the time.
Yep.
Some of the things that changed that were, one, he was very generous with teaching people how to play.
Open with strategy.
Very open with strategy. So that's one thing you can do to build up your newer players. And don't overwhelm them with the entire rule sheet and stuff. Just for each game, here's maybe 2 different things to focus on that will help build your score. If you're looking for something to actually entice people award-wise, some of the leagues around here I know will give a most improved player. So if you got maybe 27th place last month, but you moved up to 7th place, you improved 20 slots, that's the biggest improvement. You get the most improved award. So maybe that's a t-shirt, maybe it's a hamburger. I don't know. Maybe it's just a call out on the microphone.
Yeah.
But that's an award that's people who are likely not going to win the whole tournament. It gives them something to aim for, right? So then you're just working on becoming a better player in general and can get that. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm a little bit different. I'm just toughen up, Buttercup. You're in with the Sharks. And it worked at our league. We have some top 100 players in our league, and back in the day, they were the only ones winning. It was you might as well just hand Mark Pearson the trophy.
Right.
He was going to win every week, or will.
Yeah.
And
then later John Schoppel.
But these new people that are showing up are diehard. They're in the arcade practicing every single day. They are getting incredibly well. And it's been going on like this for a while. Now you have no clue who's going to win.
Yeah.
It can be anybody.
And that's so cool to see whenever, it makes me extra happy whenever someone who's never won before, or even just someone who's always been kind of a middle of the pack player, just all of a sudden has a fantastic night and wins. And then they're like, man, I'm one of the big dogs now.
And it's important to and I always tell people this that are ask about tournaments, before they play, and they always say they're not ready. Nobody was ready for a tournament the first time they showed up.
Certainly.
And
this is how you get ready by being there.
Yes. And this is how you learn to play pinball. All players, they're open. They're open with strategy. They love talking about pinball, especially the top players. And when you play in a 4-player game with these guys, that's how you learn. Watch them play. And they all have different strategies. Some different strategies work for different folks. So that's how you get good. If you're going to say, no, I'm not playing with these guys because I can't beat them. Yeah, you're never going to beat them.
Right.
But if you keep at it, I promise you'll start to start to scare them, and then you'll start to beat them every once in a while. And
Dream, believe, achieve.
That is a great, great feeling, Rachel.
That's fantastic advice. Yes.
Good. That's the end of the mailbag. And so now it's time.
It's my time to shine.
This is what everybody has been waiting for. What do you say?
This is, let's say that is the case. So we have 2 months worth of earnings, and soon we're going to have July. So we'll pop back on with a podcast much sooner, I promise.
Right.
May and June are what I'm going to go through today. So May, in 10th place, was Stranger Things. And it was only by less than 0.5%. So this is a statistical tie with number 9, which is Medieval Madness. Number 8, John Wick. Still up there, and that's before the new rule set has come along. And this is interesting. Number 6.5, it's tied. So 6 and 7 had the exact same coin drop.
You're kidding me.
Down to the quarter.
This has never happened before.
This has never happened. It's a lot of coins. Jaws and Pulp Fiction.
Cool.
Tied.
Both great games.
Both fantastic games, yes. In 5th place, you have the Big Buck Shooter.
Okay.
Not the pinball machine.
The video game.
The video game. And then in 4th place, we had D&D Premium, which combined with D&D Pro actually would have been the top spot.
Okay.
It's not fair to do that. I mean, it's two separate machines and things, but I think people find that interesting. In third place, we have Metallica Remastered.
Ooh.
That's a game that people
And that is
just
that,
love.
Did it get a bump from there was a big update. I can't remember
this
when
was
it came.
before
That's before.
that update.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? Now's a great time to say Metallica is also the game of the month, the cash game of the month. And I think that's around $100 right now.
Yep.
So
last time I checked it was at 103.
Okay. Yeah. So get into the bat before the end of the month. You can win some money if you get a high score on Metallica.
Yep.
In second place, Godzilla.
Of course.
Of course it is, right? And then in first place,
Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen.
for the second month in a row,
Unbelievable.
looking at you, Spooky, Evil Dead.
How about that?
Right?
You know Bug's going to clip this. So for the, whoa, I just fell back in my chair a little bit. This chair does that sometimes.
Is it the chair or you? I think it would be more fair to say you do this sometimes.
It's faulty. It's got a problem.
Okay, faulty.
But Evil Dead, 2 months in a row,
yes.
top earner at Electric Bat. How is it holding up?
It's holding up really well. We've just had to do a couple of very minor things, not anything. So this game is holding up very well. It's been on every single day. It hasn't been down for any reason the entire time that we have gotten it. So I would like to give a huge thank you and kudos to Spooky because you keep falling. You need to just sit up. Because we find that whenever, like, Spooky has fantastic licenses, and Evil Dead seems to finally be the reliability that we were looking for from those games. And I'm just so excited moving forward. I am just crossing my fingers that whatever games, we've heard some rumors about what may or may not be coming up, and all of those titles are very exciting to me.
Yes, indeed.
So please, whatever change you made that made Evil Dead reliable,
keep those people on staff.
keep those people, keep at it. Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to June.
Okay.
So June,
This is a whole nother month.
a whole other month. This is one month later.
So we did March. No,
We did
May.
March
I'm
a long
sorry.
time ago.
I'm sorry, May. I knew it was an M month.
MA even, yeah. So now we're in June, which was last month.
Okay.
And these are those numbers. In 10th place, we have Pulp Fiction.
Ooh,
9th place, John Wick.
nice.
8th place, Metallica.
Ooh.
7th place, Jaws. 6th place, Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. The pro.
This is the pro because we ended up bringing the premium home.
Yeah.
Seems kind of selfish, but it was.
Yeah.
I love this game. So.
We kind of deserve it.
Yeah, I work hard. I want that game. And then in 5th place, this is interesting. Godzilla.
Wow.
This is, I think, the lowest Godzilla has ever done. But I think you'll see why as we get to the top. And it was just by less than 1% from 4th place. So it was just neck and neck with Big Buck Hunter, again, the arcade game. In 3rd place, Evil Dead. And then in June, we put 2 games on the floor. So 2 new games went up, and that was in 2nd place, Dune. And then in 1st place, drum roll, King Kong.
Holy crap. Elwyn is back.
Elwyn is back.
The king of monsters.
The King of Kong, but not actually.
Yeah. That is insane.
Yeah.
I know. I just hope he is, the rumors are he might be working on Pokemon. And do you know Pokemon translated to English is
Pocket Monster.
Right.
Pokemon
It's
is
another
Pocket
monster. It's another monster game.
So King of the Monsters, that would be such an ideal fit, and that would make me a bunch of money and a bunch of fun. I would enjoy playing that, and I do not care at all about the
I'll buy two of them.
Charizard.
Yeah.
Charizard. What are those guys? You get Razzmatazz. That was
Razzmatazz. They're water creatures, air creatures. All kind of good stuff. I haven't played Pokemon in so long. I used to play it on my Game Boy Advance.
I think I just would get them all mixed up with Magic the Gathering names. So
let's do it. Let's do that one next.
Yeah, Magic. Please, someone do that. That would be.
But one thing that's interesting about the top games there, Dune. I am impressed that it came in second with as as broken as it was.
It was up and down a lot.
Right.
We did a lot of work with that.
So here's the thing. If it would have been up the whole time, we actually had to take it off the floor, bring it back out, take it off the floor. That would have won, I think.
I think it would have won too. And I think that's a really important lesson. First off, those guys have been Barrels, all great people.
They're great.
Fantastic to work with.
Yep.
But I think that comparison with Spooky keeping the #1 spot for 2 months in a row, you're kind of dealing with similar issues with new companies and reliability and just the ability to, road test things. And so I think you're right. I think that Dune, first of all, we were the only place you could play it in the state, maybe within a several state area in some directions.
Yeah.
People were really interested in that game, and reliability is just in a location like ours, it's going to get all those things are going to show.
Right.
So I will make this offer once again. I've made it to any pinball company that just would like help, suggestions, any sort of input from us, or I'll say me. I'm not going to volunteer you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Hey, we're in a meeting. For free, I will help you do what I can to make these games so that they're reliable when they hit the streets. And some of the stuff like, I'm not a programmer, I can't do that, but I can tell you other things that would be incredibly helpful, I think. So we want the success for all pinball companies. More pinball is better when it works. So So please, if hit me up.
Fantastic deal. I would also like to add, unfortunately we don't have Dune any longer. So, the only reason I'm saying that is because so many people are still messaging us saying,
when is it going to be back?
When's Dune coming back? We don't have it right now, and I don't know if we'll ever have it. But just so people know, come play King Kong.
Come play Evil Dead.
Right.
Come play. You know what we didn't talk about at the beginning of the episode? We usually talk about things that are new at the bat.
Oh yeah,
and
what's
I think
new?
we skipped over that. We got my Grail.
Oh.
So I have been wanting Viking for how many years? Many years.
Since I've known you.
Yeah. So I finally, thanks to our friend Ben in Tucson, for hooking me up with Viking. Now we have a Viking. It's on the floor. I'm so excited to have it. Come play Viking. That is so cool.
What a fabulous game.
It is.
You love it so much you can't stop smiling.
I know. I'm thinking I'm going to go as soon as we get done here. We're going to go to the arcade and I'm going to fix a bunch of stuff. But before that, I'm going to play a bunch of Viking. And you know what? The other day, whenever we were leaving and Shoppel was coming in and he was going to work on some stuff and there wasn't really that much to do, and I saw him just kind of smile and open up Viking and start playing it.
That's great.
I'm going to do this instead.
Because the first time he played it in a tournament, he rolled it twice.
It's so impressive. Not me. I have yet to roll it.
Yeah, he's a world champ.
That's what separates many.
Right on.
So, yes.
I think that wraps it up.
That wraps it up. We have some things coming up.
What do we have coming up?
This Sunday, which is the day after tomorrow, as we're recording this, is Tui's world famous All Classics Bounty Knockout Tournament.
And you know what's exciting about that? You don't have to be local to experience the fun.
Oh.
We go live on Twitch.
Yes.
And that's Sunday at noon.
You will be streaming the Sunday at noon. Yes. So please tune in.
And that's always the last Sunday of the month.
We don't run any ads, do we?
No.
No commercials.
You don't have to sub, right?
Yeah.
we don't bug you with
commercials. You can
commercials.
if you want to, but there's no commercials.
Buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Well, let's wrap it up here. Check out your Stern app and go play this game.
Yeah.
It's Jaws the Shark Hunter. You don't even need a pinball machine anymore to experience Stern's amazing software. Look at this.
I'm excited. I think it's cool.
It's
very
free.
Cool.
It's free. You just hit play and you do it. And the best part is you get some badges depending on how deep you get into the game.
I love badges.
I have one so far. I have to fight for the other ones. Ty's going to get all of them. He's probably already playing this. Also, check out Marco Specialties for all your pinball parts needs, and use EBA150 at checkout for free shipping.
Special shout out to Marco and the family who came and visited us this week.
Yeah, the Marco.
Yeah, Marco of Marco Specialties was out. We got to hang out for a little while, and that was great. Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, it's so cool seeing him and the whole fam. And also check out Game Room Goodies for all of your game room needs. Pinball machines, jukeboxes, what else?
Claw machines.
They'll come dig a in-ground pool for you if you need one. They won't do it, but they'll
find someone who can.
You on. Yeah, GameRoomGoodies.com for all your machine needs. Right on. Well, this was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for hosting this.
Well, you are very welcome. Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, right on. Well, I think I need to go get something to eat. I think I need a little protein. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna take off. And we'll see you guys actually really soon because Rachel is going to have a new earnings report.
In about a week.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll see you then. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you at the arcade. Bats out.
It was the wrong. Well, I can't reach with this hand, you know.
There we go.
Bye, everybody. See you guys later. Bye-bye.